Hello everyone, it's Sunday, and that means it's time for a Jubilee 10th episode of the Urban News from around the world. By the way, I make these episodes weekly, so subscribe to the channel, and if you are already subscribed, then recommend it to your friends if you have them, of course. This week, the strongest earthquake in the last 25 years hit Taiwan with a magnitude of 7.4. Its epicenter was in Hualien County, but strong shocks were also felt in the capital, Taipei. So far, there is information that 9 people have been killed and more than 1,000 injured. Several hundred more people were trapped in various places, including tunnels, and rescuers now are working to free them. Videos from the scene shows buildings and traffic overpasses shaking, as well as rocks falling from the mountains onto the highway. Of course, the earthquake caused a lot of destruction. Some buildings were severely tilted, but remained structurally solid and didn't completely collapse. And I guess it's thanks to their design having a large safety reserve for such cases. It is also notable that the 500-meter Taipei 101 tower, which once used to be the tallest building in the world, resisted the earthquake too. And I think this is what helped to reduce the number of victims. Of course, in any case, every death is a tragedy, but usually the number of deaths from earthquakes of this magnitude is measured in hundreds or even thousands. The previous such a strong earthquake of 7.6 magnitude occurred in Taiwan in 1999, and then 2,400 people died. So now I hope that Taiwan will be able to recover and return to normal life as soon as possible. In the Polish capital of Warsaw, they opened a new bicycle and pedestrian bridge over the Wisła River, which is a part of the New Center project. The length of this bridge is 452 meters, its width varies from 7 to 16, and in wider sections they've placed a street furniture. They decided not to make a separate bicycle lane, but made it as a shared space for both pedestrians and cyclists. Construction budget amounted to 28 million euros, and the project was developed by German company Schussler Plan Engineers, which specializes in large-scale transportation infrastructure projects such as subway tunnels, tram lines, airports, and many more. And the bridges too, of course. The city of Glasgow is returning city buses to its own control after more than 30 years of being run by a private company. At the same time, the city plans to reform the public transportation system. Currently, it is planned that the reform process may take 7 years, and the city will need to spend £45 million annually to finance it. The city plans to increase the frequency of transportation and even introduce a fixed timetable, which will require 200 additional buses. From now on, the city will become a customer of transportation and form a network of routes, and transportation companies will have to compete for contracts at tenders. Notably, the McGill's bus operator is already scaring citizens that introduction of this system will become a black hole in the city's budget. And here we need to make some historical background. The regulation introduced by Margaret Thatcher in 1986 was intended to reduce fares and improve the quality of services in a competitive environment. But in fact, it led to complaints about fewer buses on the lines, poor punctuality, and rising costs. The bus companies chose the most profitable routes and ignored the rest. So I really hope that this reform will be successful. A division of Chilean Railways, FA Valparaiso, has received an international IREC certificate for using 100% renewable energy in its operations, including train traffic, stations, and the maintenance center. In recent years, Chilean Railways has been actively reforming, renewing its train fleet, and implementing energy-efficient management system aimed at reducing its carbon footprint. And as FA Valparaiso President Beatriz Benefetti said,
"Now passengers using our services will not produce any polluting emissions from the moment they enter the station until they leave."
In total, FA Valparaiso operates 35 trains that make 200 trips daily, and now they are moving by the electricity from the San Juan wind farm. And in 2022, FA Valparaiso's energy consumption amounted to more than 15,000 megawatt hours. That's a really cool news, and in this regard, Chilean railways are setting a good example for for many others to follow. The Portuguese city of Coimbra is constructing a 42-kilometer-long rapid bus line. It will run through the city and also have an intercity section where buses will use the former suburban train path. The line will be served by 18-meter-long articulated battery electric buses from the Chinese manufacturer Zhongtong. The city has ordered 35 of these buses and they should be delivered in the coming weeks. Their purchase, along with charging stations, cost the city 40.5 million euros. The buses will be charged at night at the depot and at 6 charging points along the route, and I guess that means that they will have to make longer stops, which as a result will increase travel time. At the same time, the city has a trolleybus network which has been temporarily out of service since 2021 due to the roadworks, but they don't plan to use its contact wires to recharge the electric buses in motion, which looks quite strange. Removing the rail line and launching electric buses instead is also rather a controversial improvement, but one way or another, the line is scheduled to be launched in 2025. In the French city of Brest, they started construction of a second 5.1-kilometer-long tram line B, which will run from the city center to the north. Along with it, there is also to be a 4.3-kilometer rapid bus line, and the total cost of the project is expected to be 225 million euros. The first tram line in Brest has been operating since 2012 and carries about 12 million passengers a year. And this new line is scheduled to be launched in 2026, just before the municipal elections. The Sacramento Regional Transit District has added 9 more S700 low-floor trams to its order with a Siemens Mobility, bringing the total number of trams ordered to 45. These units are already being built at the Siemens plant, which is also located in Sacramento, and the first of them are expected to enter service in the summer of 2024. The city also plans to rebuild the platforms on the Blue Line to match the height of them with the new wagons, and this process is expected to take 3 years and be completed in 2027. Morocco's National Railways has allocated $69 million for the construction of a high-speed rail line between the cities of Kenitra and Marrakesh. And I guess this is only a part of the amount, because the total length of this line should be 492 kilometers, and it should also pass through the cities of Rabat, Saleh and Casablanca. Also, a new train station is to be built in Marrakesh and a train maintenance depot in Kenitra. The trains will be able to move at speeds up to 320 km per hour, and the line itself is designed for speeds up to 350. Besides that, Moroccan Railways signed a contract for the design of another high-speed rail from Marrakesh to Agadir with the Chinese engineering company CRDC, which won an open tender. You know, looks like I really should make a separate video about Morocco, cause there are lots of interesting things happening there. And finally, here is a cool short video from Vision Zero Vancouver about a quick and cheap way to improve pedestrian safety.
Ever feel unsafe crossing a crosswalk? Cars cutting off your right of way? That's why Vision Zero Vancouver is excited to introduce Bricks, a new pilot program to enhance pedestrian safety. Simply grab a brick at one of our designated stands, enter the crosswalk with the brick clearly visible to surrounding vehicles, and cross the street with the full confidence that you and everyone around you is aware of your ability to protect yourself. We believe bricks will be a major disruptor to the pedestrian safety industry. Although speed bumps and other traffic calming measures do play a critical role in keeping pedestrians safe, they rely on political leadership. And frankly, who can rely on that? What you can rely on is a concrete solution. As the saying goes, sometimes the best defense is a brick.
As I understand, that's an April Fool's joke, but every joke has a little bit of truth in it, so let's make our cities safer without bricks. And that's all for now. Thanks for watching and see you next time.